I'm Jennifer Sness. You're watching News 24 Live. John is opening at the Artscape on the 21st of May. Joining me in studio is director Jeremio Lecourdieu, actors Melissa Hayden and Andre Lombard. We are going to be chatting about the play that seems a little, well, from what I read, it seems like it can be a little dark. Is it dark? It sounds dark.
Extent, yes. Yes, it's not. I don't think the subject matter is. It's not entertaining. It's raw. It's raw material which was based on true stories about this man who basically has Asperger's syndrome, and who battles to form meaningful relationships, and he then goes in search of his first love, with whom he had his first sexual experience at school as well, and he goes in search of her in sex workers to try and replace her through sex workers. So we basically look at the life of sex workers, but also at the life at people on the periphery of society. So yes, it's not there to entertain, but it will hopefully make you think.
It's very informative.
And see people, and especially sex workers and people with a mental illness in another light.
Now, Andre, you're not only one of the main actors, but you also wrote the play. What made you want to tell this story?
Because I've always been fascinated with people on the periphery, the dark side of humankind. And yes, and Jerry said, right, and we discussed it at some stage, and said, I've got this idea, I don't know how to pull it together yet. And
the opportunity presented itself, and we were like, let's do it.
And he said, skryf, Boetie, skryf. And so Boetie went and he skryfed. And then we had a experimental run last year, and then we got the run at Artscape. So we basically took that script, and based on audience feedback, that was then reworked, re-improvised, and we were lucky to get Melissa, who added a heck of a lot to the story and new insight and wonderful creativity. So yes, basically it is still based on the original play, but it's really been fleshed out.
I think the benefit of having a female add to the writing of the work is that you get a better perspective on how these characters might actually think and feel about sex, and how it has shaped them, changed them, made them who they are. They all are who they are because of how sex has influenced their life. And the interesting thing about the female characters in this play is that you would expect that for a sex worker, you would prejudge them to be hurt or broken, or, it's not always like that. Some people think about sex as, same thing as touching your knee or your shoulder. It's not. But you've developed these walls to protect you, and playing three different characters is a challenge because you have to make them different and you have to make them real. But you had a really nice word, Afrikaans word, to describe the sort of people that you are interested in yesterday. What was it?
Randkarakters, sort of.
People on the outskirts of society.
People on the outskirts of society, yes. Yeah.
That lots of people just, you drive past a street sex worker and you have a picture of who they are already. And we wanted to show situations that usually happen behind closed doors. And
Absolutely.
Like secrets, little mini secret pods of, that would happen. And I think it is that sort of story that just makes you think differently.
That's
about things.
pretty much what I think also the show is. It's the moments that you know, most of us would keep hidden and that we won't share and that we, you know what I mean? It's the dark little corners of life, whereas in this show we put a spotlight on those moments and we show you these things and we show you the stories, and it's really interesting because I mean I can already tell, not even I can look at a sex worker the same way again. You're always wondering, I wonder what their story is. But that's what's really interesting, and I mean all of these stories, they are completely real. That's why I said the play is very informative, because we're also, you know, we're showing you what it's really like, what these girls are really going through, and it's interesting.
How do we know? Tell about the process.
Yeah, we did extensive research, including sitting in a car, driving all the way down a road, and actually talking to actual working girls. We consulted Sweat as well, they've just been incredibly helpful and giving us information as well. And it's really interesting because, like Andre said, this is a play that he had an idea, the opportunity presented itself, and I told him to write it. But I mean, what did I know about sex workers going into this, you know? But I think that's what's so great about it, because I've just educated myself so much on the subject as well, and it is really, really interesting. And these people and their stories, it just has so much value, and it's really something that people can learn from.